Across the Eisenhower path, our schools are filled with passionate staff and hardworking students. But behind the scenes, they're dealing with real challenges. Challenges that make it harder to teach, harder to learn, and harder to take pride in the spaces they call their own. At Eisenhower High School, the band program has outgrown its space by a long shot. There's no more room to store uniforms or equipment, so they're stuffed wherever they can find room, whether it's in the hallway or in the classroom.
It's a tricky thing to have to store our uniforms in the hallway, have to store things in basically any place that we can find space.
The constant loading and unloading isn't just tiring, it's wearing out the instruments and stealing time from the classroom and our students.
We have to take about 30-40 minutes, adds up throughout the year, to move all of that stuff and all the uniforms and all those kind of things, so it takes away from our class time too.
There is a similar feeling with the football program and other sports and activities. The stadium doesn't have the capacity to host large events. It's too small to hold the crowd that comes out to support the teams. On game nights, people are packed in tight, and some don't even get a seat.
And with so many people here, the bathrooms, there's not enough to facilitate that many people. As well as have a locker room for our football team as well as away teams.
The lack of space is also impacting practices. Soccer teams often have to wait until the football team is finished to have practice, or they practice on uneven grass fields that are challenging to maintain.
It really makes it difficult to say that Eisenhower football is the only team that doesn't have a home stadium. And for me, that's hard to tell my kids. Why does everyone else get a home stadium? After winning, we want to celebrate with the guys. We want to be in the locker room, playing loud music and dancing and having fun. Instead, we lose that experience. It feels like an away game every time we play.
And we love the Goddard District Stadium. I think it's a great stadium, but every game is an away game. And it feels like every game is an away game. We feel like we're invading people's spaces and we just want our own place to be. We want a place for the band where it's like, this is where we are. We know we're going to show up to our school and we know we're going to play a game here. We know that we're going to put our uniforms on here. We know that we're going to walk out from our band room to go out to the field. We're going to walk in front of our stands to go and play on the football field during halftime, during pregame, and all those kind of things.
This bond will also include updates to the home economics kitchen, bringing it up to commercial standards and better preparing students for lifelong success.
The restaurant industry is ever changing. If we don't have the equipment, we kind of fall behind other schools, and this is kind of where we need to move in the future.
At Apollo and Explorer Elementary, the challenges are fundamental. The HVAC systems are outdated, the roof requires repairs, the parking lot is nearly in disrepair, and we're running out of space. These are not optional upgrades. They are essential infrastructure needs, and without these investments, they continue disrupting the learning environment for students.
Every time there might be a leak here, we have to move kids around, we have to alter our routes through the building, we have to watch for spills, and in the middle of a classroom we're limited on where else we could go. We go in the gym, we go in the cafeteria, we might have to take other spaces that then impact the learning that's going on around the building.
Coming here, we'd have to cut through this classroom and see they have learning going on.
And at Discovery Intermediate, just getting from class to class is a daily challenge for students.
Oftentimes, kids that are coming from the other side on our team have to walk through my classroom door and then through our special ed teacher's classroom in order to get over to Mrs. Himes' class. It can be a disruption from time to time as well, especially if you have other things going on in your class.
The band room is not big enough, so they go to the stage. Students don't have the adequate practice space, with instruments elbow to elbow and no real space to move. It's not just uncomfortable, it's a safety concern. The lighting is poor, and setting up and taking down every seat and music stand every day is cutting into class time.
One of our classes meets inside of the gym. That's 50 kids inside of the gym. We have to set up our stands and chairs every single day. That eats up about 10 minutes of our class time. Putting away stands and chairs, they're really good at it, but it's still fifth graders putting away stands and chairs.
At Eisenhower Middle School, adding a weight room will give our students the same opportunities that most schools already offer, helping both boys and girls stay competitive and strong.
We're finally going to be able to do what a lot of the other schools in this area are already doing. We're a little bit behind, and we're ready to catch up and win some state championships in the future.
Each of these challenges adds stress. Lost instructional time, missed opportunities, and unnecessary strain on students and staff who give their best every day.
The class sizes are great. The community, the camaraderie we get is wonderful. My worry is we don't keep that if we are not able to pass this bond, and that is extremely important in order to make every school feel like we have a belonging and it's not just a check mark in the system.
With a new band room, a stadium space, repaired roofs, updated kitchens for our students, our facilities will finally match the level of excellence our community expects and deserves. It will create a true home for our students, a place to learn, perform, compete, and celebrate together. These projects are not just about buildings. They're about preserving and strengthening the close-knit hometown spirit that defines Goddard. These projects are a small percentage of the total number of projects in the upcoming bond election on May 13th for Goddard Public Schools. Visit the website to learn about all the projects, and thank you for taking time to learn about this bond and how it will impact the future of our students, staff, and families for generations to come.